Spiritual Manthan.
Life is full of twists, turns, and unexpected changes. Sometimes, these experiences leave us feeling detached and disconnected, as if the vibrancy of our early years has faded into the background. Do you remember what it was like to be a child? Every day felt like a new chapter, waiting to be explored. There was a natural curiosity that made even the smallest moments feel like magic. You might remember catching fireflies in jars, looking up at the stars, or feeling like the world was a giant playground. But as we grow, responsibilities creep in, and the simple joy of being alive is often replaced by a heavy list of duties and expectations. Bills to pay, deadlines to meet, people to please. Life begins to feel like a balancing act where one wrong step might bring everything crashing down. The excitement of those early days gets lost, replaced by a routine that can feel overwhelming, even numbing. It's almost as if life is slipping by in shades of grey instead of the vibrant colors we once saw. In those moments, it's natural to wonder, where did the joy go? You're not alone in feeling this way. As we move into adulthood, life's realities often come knocking hard and fast. The transition can be jarring. Suddenly, you're responsible for things that seemed so distant when you were younger. Making ends meet, finding stability, dealing with heartbreak, managing disappointment. These experiences have a way of piling up, like layers that gradually dull the once bright spark of joy. You start with dreams, ambitions, and goals that fill you with hope and excitement, but then come the inevitable setbacks. Each setback is like a small chip off your sense of wonder, and before long, you may feel as if you're running on empty. Responsibilities can become like weights we carry. They're necessary, but they can weigh us down, making each day feel more like a task than a journey. When dreams become memories, laughter becomes a brief escape, and happiness feels like a distant memory. It's natural to feel disconnected. Many people go through this, facing a time when life feels more like an endless to-do list than an exciting adventure. But the beauty of this experience is that it's a turning point, a call to rediscover what makes life meaningful. Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions, living a life that seems planned out by someone else? This feeling can emerge when you're caught in a cycle of doing without feeling. You get up, go to work, fulfill your responsibilities, but it feels like something crucial is missing. The vibrancy of life starts to fade, replaced by a monotonous rhythm that barely shifts from day to day. From the outside, it might look like you have it all together: career, family, accomplishments, but internally, there's an emptiness. This cycle can feel endless. You might achieve success and meet all of society's expectations, yet it doesn't fill the void. It's like drinking water to satisfy a hunger that refuses to be quenched. Over time, you find yourself becoming more detached from what used to bring you happiness. Social interactions feel shallow, hobbies feel pointless, and your achievements, once celebrated, become just another check mark on an ever-growing list. Life feels like it's passing you by, and the laughter, the thrill, and the joy that once came so easily seem to have slipped through your fingers. But acknowledging this feeling is the first step to breaking free. Numbness is a natural response to repeated disappointments and hardships. When life throws challenge after challenge your way, it's almost instinctive to start building emotional walls to protect yourself. You don't choose numbness. It's like a shield your mind creates to cope with the pain, stress, and heartache. You continue to function, meeting responsibilities and achieving goals, but the warmth and excitement have faded. The things you once enjoyed now feel like distant memories, replaced by a vague indifference. The paradox of numbness is that, while it shields you from pain, it also blocks you from feeling true joy. It's like walking through life with sunglasses on. The world feels dimmed, and the colors that once made everything feel alive are muted. Social interactions lose their depth, and activities that once filled your heart with excitement now seem like chores. You might even wonder, is there something wrong with me? But there isn't. This is just a part of being human, a response to the difficult moments life throws our way. It's a natural reaction, but it doesn't have to be permanent. Recognizing this numbness is the first step toward finding your way back to feeling again. Acknowledging that you feel numb or detached is a crucial step. Often, we're taught to keep going, to push through, to ignore these feelings. But pretending they don't exist only makes them stronger. By admitting to yourself, "Yes, I feel this way," you're opening a door to healing. This numbness doesn't mean you're broken. It's a natural reaction, especially for those who feel deeply or have experienced significant emotional challenges. Philosophies like Stoicism, Taoism, and Buddhism speak to this. They encourage detachment, not from life itself, but from the need to control every outcome. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, advised focusing only on what's within our control and letting go of the rest. Taoism teaches us the art of non-action, embracing life's flow, rather than fighting it. Buddhism reminds us that suffering is a part of life, and through non-attachment, we can find peace amidst chaos. These teachings are a balm for the soul, but they're not about escaping life. They're about embracing it more fully, understanding that while we can't control the world, we can cultivate an inner peace that guides us through. Detachment can be a double-edged sword. While it can protect us from pain, it can also close us off from the joys of life. Imagine your hands covered in calluses. They're tough, they protect you from sharp edges, but they also numb you to the textures of the world around you. Similarly, too much emotional detachment can lead to a life that feels flat and colorless. There's a balance to be struck, a way to protect yourself without losing your connection to the world. Using detachment as a shield rather than a fortress can allow you to experience life without being overwhelmed by it. It's about being open enough to feel deeply but wise enough to let go of what you can't change. Yes, the world can be harsh, and protecting yourself is natural. But by allowing some vulnerability, you invite richness back into your life. The laughter, the tears, the moments of joy, all these come when we let down our walls just a little. Finding this balance isn't easy, but it's the path to living fully, embracing the highs and the lows, and truly feeling alive again. When you feel stuck in a rut, finding joy again can seem like an insurmountable task. But big changes often start with small steps. Begin by trying something new, even if it feels insignificant. It could be as simple as taking a different route to work, picking up a hobby you haven't tried before, or connecting with someone who brings positivity into your life. Each small step is like a spark that, over time, can ignite a bigger flame of joy and excitement. Routines are comfortable, but they can also be the bars of a cage. Breaking free doesn't require drastic changes. It's about embracing novelty in small doses. This might mean revisiting old passions that you've forgotten or exploring new interests that challenge you. And don't underestimate the power of community. Surrounding yourself with people who uplift and inspire, you can make a world of difference. Rediscovering joy is about changing the lens through which you view life, embracing curiosity, and being open to the unfamiliar. In time, you'll find that these small changes can lead to a renewed sense of excitement, making life feel vibrant once again. In times of numbness, it's easy to feel like the light inside you has gone out, but there's a strength within each of us that remains, even in our darkest moments. Albert Camus once said, "In the midst of winter, I found there was, within me, an invincible summer." This inner strength, this invincible summer, is a reminder that, no matter how bleak things may feel, there is a resilience within you capable of bringing new life and hope. Think of it as an ember buried beneath layers of ash. It may seem small, but with care, it can grow into a warming flame. This is your inner strength, the part of you that refuses to give up. When life feels overwhelming, remember that this strength is always there, waiting to be nurtured. Just like the seasons, Life is cyclical. Winter may be cold and dark, but it eventually gives way to spring. Trust in this process, knowing that the numbness you feel can transform into renewed energy and enthusiasm. Your inner summer is waiting to bloom again, even if you can't see it right now. Just as the earth experiences seasons, so do we. Winter is cold and dark, but it's a part of the cycle that eventually leads to the warmth and life of spring. In the same way, feelings of numbness or disinterest are often temporary phases in our lives. They're signals that we may need to pause, reflect, and renew ourselves. Emotions ebb and flow, and it's through these fluctuations that we experience life in its full richness. When you find yourself in an emotional winter, it's a chance to cultivate inner warmth and resilience. Perspective can make a significant difference here. Even in dark times, a shift in mindset can help you find meaning and purpose. Embracing the cycle, understanding that lows make the highs more meaningful, allows us to experience life with a deeper appreciation. Life is not a straight path, but a winding road. Embracing its natural ups and downs is what makes us human, and each phase has something valuable to offer. Knowing that this low will eventually give way to new highs can provide the motivation to keep moving forward. When everything feels dull and nothing seems enjoyable, maybe it's life nudging you to pause and reconnect with what really matters. This isn't just a challenge, it's an invitation to rediscover your inner joy, to peel away the layers of numbness and remember what makes you feel alive. Inside you, there's a spark, an invincible summer, that's waiting to be uncovered. Life's difficulties can sometimes make us forget, but that joy, that resilience, is still there, just waiting to be embraced. Take this moment as an opportunity to strip away the emotional calluses, to reconnect with the world and with yourself. Life may be complex and challenging, but it's also beautiful and full of wonder. By nurturing your inner world, by cultivating curiosity and openness, you can rediscover a life that's vibrant, meaningful, and deeply rewarding. Embrace the journey, knowing that every moment, whether joyful or challenging, is a part of this grand experience we call life. And remember, you're not alone on this path. We're all in this together, finding our way back to joy, one step at a time.